Oh, hello. Nav here, and today we're going to be looking at the big Armor 2.0 announcement and how all that's going to work. Oh my gosh. It is going to be, I think, pretty freaking cool, you know, pretty cool. So I'll be interested to see exactly what we are going to be looking at here. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what is going on. So it looks like to get the Armor 2.0, you know, for the Solstice stuff, just gonna have your little handy dandy avatar come over here to the gunsmith and interact with it. You'll be able to pick it up here. See, it's gonna be right there. It's gonna be your the armor upgrade, and that's how you do it. And then bam, ba-dam. And actually, here I didn't get a good look at this before. So it looks like there's some material exchange going on as well. You have some, it looks like a targeting mod. So you have some mods there. You have some very pretty cubes, a Final Fantasy crystal, and what I can only assume is that an Ascendant shard? It might be. And of course, your normal bounties in the package. So that's interesting. We'll see what that means a little bit more in the future, but that's interesting. Oh, and also it's worth noting that this is now the cap is higher. It looks like it's the 250,000. And they also look at all those shards. Good God. Also worth noting, it seems, is that so for a while we thought discipline, intelligence, and strength were going to come in and replace the stats we have now, but it's actually just going to be added on. So we're going to have mobility, resilience, recovery, and then all those 3 D1 stats. And it's tiered, so every 10 gets you a tier that's going to affect what you get. And it actually tells you, wait for it, what it does. Whoa! It's crazy. It's actually going to tell you how it's going to impact your character and how it plays. So we see right here, it's mobility. They're at tier 3, so they have 30 out of the 100. So it's, you know, 3 out of 10, whatever, but 30 out of 100, and it gives them 12% increased movement speed, or base speed increase. And it tells you what the next is. So it looks like it's 4 per for mobility. Interesting. So resilience. Oh, shield capacity increase. Again, it's, you know, 30 something out of 100. So they're at tier 3, and they have 3% shield capacity increase, and each one looks like it gives 4, or at least, you know, up to this point right now. Then you have recovery. Recovery rate is increased. It looks like it's going to be 2% per. And it's, yeah, okay, something like that. Or that's just the difference between these two. It might be 3 starting off, because this is rank 3 at 9%. So it looks like maybe different tiers will have deteriorating effects as it goes up. That might be interesting to see with certain stats. And then, oh, that one's a little blurry. There we go. Discipline, decreases the cooldown time of your grenades, allowing you to use them more often. So this is your grenade cooldown. They're 1 short, so obviously they're going to be in that lower tier, tier 2. And it looks like going up a tier is only going to decrease its grenade cooldown by 3 seconds out of the, I'm assuming, what was a base of a minute 30 or 31 or 32 or some such. So not really a huge change there, but stacked with other things that we'll see in a minute that may make a big difference. So discipline, of course, is grenade. Intelligence is going to be super, which this is a significant decrease. Going from tier 2 to tier 3 is going to be 43 seconds. That is significant. I would like to see more of that in here, but we'll see. And then you have your strength, which is, of course, going to be your melee, which is a considerably better. That's considerably a better cooldown. I get, yeah. Then they're almost to tier 4. Okay. I guess my thoughts here so far, just looking at the stats, I'm actually glad they kept the 3 original D2 stats and then brought back the D1 stats. I am worried about intelligence or intellect. The fact that in this specific example, it brought it like one tier brought it down like 40 seconds, and then if you stack super mods and all that kind of stuff, I'm worried. The customization is really powerful, and I think that's going to be good. But that the super spam is the one thing I'm worried about, and I could see it being, as of right now, just surface level, a little bit more dangerous at this point. I'm a little worried, but we'll see. Let's dive in and keep looking. Also worth noting, Ghost and Sparrow are right there with your armor. Like that's probably something that should be mentioned. See, you have your Ghost and you have your Sparrow, and so you can kind of tie them all in. But I really hope they have an option to turn this off, so that if you just want to see your boy here, that you have that opportunity. Because if these are just behind you all the time, then it's like, oh great, awesome, thanks, I guess, cool. No, be able to change this, please. Thank you. Oh, and one more thing about the interface that probably should be mentioned. You got this little thing. I think that's probably like the seasonal rank, I think. And then you have your artifact, but they don't talk about that, I don't think. Now they're going to be checking out the, like, actually how you can customize your armor. So let's go ahead and see what they have to show us. They're going to start with the helmet. And you have a few slots here. It looks like you have two helmet slots and a general, like a miscellaneous one maybe. And you have 5 energy, unused 5, and it's void. So you'll be able to fill up these 2 and that, and I guess it's going to be tied in with this energy here. And if you upgrade it, I'm assuming that it will I guess give you more. Yeah, see, the Paragon costs 4. Aha! Okay. So, I guess... Oh, and the Void Resistance to make that better only costs 1. So if it's a weaker general mod, it's just going to be insignificant. But if it's more specific or a more powerful one, like that's 3, the Resilience is, it'll cost more. So you fill that up, you can upgrade that, and that should give you bonus stats. Let's jump forward here. Yes, as you can see, masterworking it gives you those stats. It's going to be is at +2 on everything. So that's going to give you your total here. Okay. And then of course you have your defense and whatever. Yeah. So that's kind of armor. Let's jump ahead to another example. So as you can see, they're going in and they have 2 gloves and they have a general, same kind of loadout, same kind of look. All their stats are reflected here though. So different pieces of armor are going to have different stats. I'm curious if that's going to be just role dependent, like if different pieces of armor are going to have random rolls, or if different, like, you know, like raid armor is going to have a specific role, like a, you know, like all Solstice garment gauntlets are going to have the same role or not. So they go through, and they do this, and their stats are getting considerably better. What we can imagine is considerably better. It's all masterworked. And now, I think this is where they go ahead and look at the what is it, ornament system that they have in place now. So they're going to press down on the D-pad because they're using controller, and it's going to bring up this menu. And so you have your shader, you have your ornaments, and then you have your glow, of course, because that's what that is. And yeah, look at all these little glowy glows, all these different things that you can choose. It's pretty cool. And they're choosing that one, which, you know, that's your bed to sleep in, friend. I guess that's all you. You have fun with that. And see, yeah, that's still just the shaders, and yeah. So that seems pretty self-explanatory, but already they've made their character with this armor look, really independent, really different in a pretty short amount of time, limited resources, actually quite a few resources, but they masterworked 5 pieces of armor. A lot of armor there. So they did a lot of customization, and their stats are considerably better, quite a bit of mobility. They're going to be punching a lot. Their super's pretty good, grenade, that kind of thing. Not very strong, but they wanted to run a support build, so that makes sense. Yeah, so that's kind of what this person was going for, and their guy looks different. It looks different, and it's going to play differently because of the mod system. They put in, like, sniper stuff, and yeah, this is a support Titan. That's how they want to play, and they set it up. Super cool. And then they went into Night Stalker when they got to the Hunter guy, right? And they have the Way of the Pathfinder. They actually changed this subclass. Let's see if I'm too late or too early. But they made it more better. They basically gave synergy between the grenade and the melee, so that these two feed into each other more. So when he uses this to get his melee back, he can get the grenade more often. It keeps that feed. So he has all of that going. And they also increased the damage of the multiple fire arrows. See, increased damage potential, lasts twice as long, all that kind of stuff. We're used to this. We have the Vanish into Smoke. And I don't remember if it grants weapon haste, but, yes. Grenade, with melee and grants grenade, yes. So they just feed into each other. And then this is pretty much, a lot of the same. And then this is when they hop into gameplay. So they're going to start with the Warlock, and as you can see, Arc Buddy's doing its thing. She's just hanging out, letting it get its kills, and they're just having a good old-fashioned time. And they can actually utilize their special ammo a lot more because the Arc Buddy takes care of so much damage, and they can just do cleanup. And then really big news actually coming up here. This. As you can see, this is glowing, and this means when you see your ammo drops glowing like that, that means it was specifically procced by a Finder perk, which means we can actually tell when it's working or not, or if it's working. So that's a really positive change. That's a really big deal. Before this, it was just kind of like, oh, put it on. Does it feel more consistent? Who knows? Even with, like, people mapping it out and how all the drops. So it was like, who really knows if this is sure is floaty? But just like a lot of the other things, they're giving us actual ways to tell. Actual ways to receive feedback from the game that our changes are having an impact on gameplay. I like it. I like it a lot. They're going to go on and do their thing. I think at some point they show a finisher. They're on Hunter Boy now. Oh, now they're on Titan Boy. I think it comes up here in a second. Yes. So the finisher happens right here. Check it out. And look at that. Goes in for the punch and just knocks that guy out. Now this is a big one. So they're going through, and at this part of the live stream, they were kind of hinting something. So watch, see if you can catch it. Throws down a shield, and what is that in the corner? What is that in the corner? I don't know if you can read that because it's on a cliff. Wait, there it is. Weapons of Light is back, baby. It's back. So now Well and the Weapons of Light are both contenders for helping in PvE, getting more damage out. Titans have such... I think this is going to be a really good boost for our little Titan friends, because sometimes they kind of need it. Now, this is going to be a powerful change. Now, it is unfortunate that you have to step out of the bubble. I've had a Titan friend weigh in on that already. To me, it's like, you got to step out of the bubble. It's, if you stay put like that, you're just going to be sleeping duck for PvP. And I agree. But we're not too worried about PvP with this specific change. I think this is going to help a lot for Titans in PvE. This is very exciting. I think this is a good change. Whether my opinion actually matters, we'll see. Or if it means anything, we'll see. But this should be really good for Titans. Hopefully Titan mains everywhere are rejoicing. Bubbles back, baby. That's it. That was the video. That was the whole thing. Pretty cool. Some really, really good changes, I think. Let's go ahead and review what we just went through. They're increasing the glimmer cap to the 250,000. So that's already, bam, big change. Mods are being changed. And it looks like armor pieces, or at least these specific armor pieces, have 2 of their normal, armor specific mod slots. And then you're going to have a general mod. As you masterwork armor, it's going to have a ammo capacity. And as that as you upgrade it, you get more and more, not ammo capacity, sorry, you're going to have a mod capacity. And as you invest in that piece of armor and masterwork it, you have more capacity, which will allow you to put in more stronger mods. It's also worth noting that they said that normal mods, once you get them, you'll be able to put them in no matter what. Like you'll purchase them from the gunsmith, or you'll find them in the world, and it's now accessible to put in your armor. You will still be able to get enhanced versions of mods, but they're going to be from pinnacle activities, such as the Iron Banner and Raid. So that's kind of the mods and the armor. It's all of them are going to have their own specific stats, and with the mods you can change and boost certain stats. And those stats are the resilience, the mobility, you get your recovery, and then of course the D1 ones that are coming back, strength, intellect, and discipline. And by getting those up, increasing those and getting them to higher tiers, you get more benefits to your character, changing cooldowns and making yourself move faster, take more damage, and what have you. All in all, it seems like a lot of good changes, and I really like the ability to change your character's appearance. I think the appearance changes are a really good step, and having those ornaments is going to be really, really powerful. The fact that you can, have your opulent armor or whatever legendary armor you're using look like some of the other the armor ornaments is going to be a really good change. It's going to be really, you can make you'll have more control of your character and how they look, and you'll have a better control and how they feel, how they play, and you'll be able to do that more often. It might be a pain in the butt to move those mods around, but seeing as now once you have the mod, you can make those changes on whatever armor you want, I think that's going to be a lot better than just having like 14 or 15 armor sets that you change back and forth between depending on what you want to use in what activity, and it just drives you crazy. This system seems like it's going to give you more control, even if it might be a bit tedious. I think being able to play the way you want and be flexible with that based on what you're doing and what you're feeling is going to be a lot better. It seems like a lot of good changes. I'm really excited. But yeah, with that, I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. I think I covered it all though. Yeah, that's about it. If I missed anything, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below, or like hit me up on Twitter, or say whatever, and let me know. But with that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good one. Goodbye.